People doing real things extraordinarily. If you're joining us for the first time, please don't forget to head on over to my YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell to get all of the latest content as soon as it is uploaded. Also, if you are joining us again for the first time, so guess what? We are chatting with real people doing real things extraordinarily, and I have the pleasure of welcoming Debbie Cheetahlish from Helotes, Texas, and we are in her store right now. Debbie, welcome.
Hello everybody.
It's so glad to finally get together with you. I know we've been trying to do this for such a very long time. So for folks that don't know the fabulous and fierce Debbie Cheetahlish, why don't you give just a little bit of background to get our folks acquainted with you?
Okay, great. Well, I am Debbie James Cheetahlish, and I've been in retail pretty much my whole life. I started out in retail when I was 16 years old, living on my own, supporting myself, working many jobs. And I started a night job working in retail fashion as a part-time salesperson. And that quickly turned into becoming an assistant store manager, a store manager, a district manager, a regional manager. And this was all in like Virginia, then the tri-state area. Then my company made me district manager and I moved up to Philadelphia, New Jersey, Delaware area. I did that for many years. Big companies, Merry-Go-Round, Fashion Bug, Susie's Casuals, probably stores that none of you have ever heard of before. And then I did a whole 11-year stretch.
I remember Fashion Bug.
Yeah, Fashion Bug was in Texas for a while, yeah. and it was Fashion Bug Plus. And I was with them for 11 years because they were out of Pennsylvania. And I was a regional manager for them. And then they actually moved me to California, and I opened stores in California as well. But before that, I worked for Macy's. And I loved Macy's, and my dream when I was younger was to be a designer, a clothing designer. I thought, I'm going to be a clothing designer. Then I went to work for Macy's as a department sales manager, managing half the store for them. And then I went into their buying program, and I became a buyer for Macy's. Crazy as it sounds, I would work like a crazy person, commuting, lived in New Jersey, drove to Philadelphia 30th Street train station, took a train, went to Newark, got on a subway, went to New York, to Broadway, to the main Macy's store on 34th Street. And I did that for 5 years as a buyer for Macy's. So great experience. I then quickly discovered being a designer is way more difficult than people realize.
Right, but the commuting
is
non-existent,
left
right?
At 6 in the morning, left my house at 6, got to the train station, ate my breakfast, put my makeup on, did my hair, all on the train.
And that's what people from the tri-state area,
what you do.
because I'm from New York, born and raised, and then that's just something that we hear and we're like, yeah, that's normal.
Oh yeah, you don't realize it. And then I would, hop on a subway, which I would never do today because I'm a scaredy cat, but back then, I'm fearless. You don't think anything of it, right?
Yeah.
Went to New York, worked all day, started the commute back after maybe happy hour or whatever we were doing back then. Studio 54, all that was going on back then. I'm kind of aging myself at this point. But
everybody knows Studio 54.
That was going on back then as well. And then I would get home at like 9 o'clock at night and be like, go to bed at midnight, time to get up and start all over again. So I did that and quickly realized being a designer, unless you have somebody financially backing you, I mean, I'm a great artist. I can draw and sketch out all these designs that I want to do, which is part of why I love retail, designing, interior decorating, merchandising, making jewelry, because I'm artistic when it comes to that type of thing. But I didn't have the financial backing to produce an entire line, buy the fabric, have a manufacturer make your designs and see them come to realization, then go out to companies and try to get them into some store, into a designer salon inside, Saks Fifth Avenue or Macy's or whatever. So that dream ended, but I was a buyer, I did that. And then I realized, I miss people, the contact with being in the store. I miss styling customers. I miss teaching young women to become successful business people as a salesperson to assistant manager, to store manager, district manager. So I went back into being a supervisor, back into merchandising the stores, teaching and training people. And I started opening stores for companies, and I went through a lot of different stores, Jacobson's, Saks Fifth Avenue, BB's. Then I went to work for Chico's, which a lot of you probably know Chico's. And I worked for the founders, Marvin and Helena, out of Fort Myers, Florida. And I went and opened all the stores for them. So that's when they started expanding and they went public and they started branching out in pretty much every state. As we know, Chicos, they became very popular. And then I met my husband and married him. And he is a Texan. And so, fast forward, now I've been in Texas for 23 years. So
yes.
Even though I'm a Virginian, I'm now a Texan at heart and love Texas and love Helotes.
So tell us a little bit about how you started with your very first store here in Helotes, because that's a little bit different from what we're seeing today.
Correct. So I started the concept of Cheetahlish, which people don't realize, back in 1994 when I went to Africa. And I've always been a big cat lover. I've always loved animal prints. I've always loved nature and things of that sort. So my dream was to go to Africa. I went to Africa, fell in love with the cheetahs, and that it's my spirit animal. I absolutely love cheetahs. And if I could be something, I'd be a cheetah. When I got back to the United States, my husband was like, there's this new thing called emailing. And you have to have an email address. So I said, oh, that's easy for me. I want it to be Debbie@cheetah.com. It was, cheetah was already taken. So I said, I fooled around. We saw what was available. And I said, DJ@cheetahlish.com. So I became Cheetahlish. Back then, we did all the cheetah, everything we did.
This was in the 90s.
This was in the 90s, 1994. And I said, one day I'm opening a store and I'm going to carry animal prints. So fast forward, 2016, I decide I'm making jewelry. I'm selling at Helotes Marketplace. I'm going to different craft fairs, bazaars, with all my custom-made jewelry. What am I wearing today? Yes, one of my pieces that I made.
Yes, beautiful.
So I make custom jewelry. I started that, and then I took a little office space where my husband, who's a gemologist and buys me my stones, he had an office in Old Town Helotes. I took the front room. I just had card tables with tablecloths and necklace boards and my jewelry, and I would sell on Marketplace, then I would sell in the store. But then that big retail thing kicked in for me. I started adding kimonos, tops, because I can't help myself. I'm a retail person. I'm a fashion diva. I like clothing. So I started putting clothing in that little space. And then I said to my husband, I need another room. And this was down the street by Marvelously Made in Old Town Helotes. He gave me his gemstone studio room, knocked out a wall, gave me a second room. Then I started adding jeans because I was a denim buyer for 5 years. I added jeans and denim jackets and then tops. So now I have two full. And then everything else kicked in. I need plus size clothing. So I started my curvy department down the street, and I got a third room, and my husband moved out of his office completely and moved down here by the circle into the space we're standing in right now. And he opened a crystal store. So we were in here. So I ran that store from 2016 until 2020, February, down the street for 4 years. And then I was able to get the space that I'm currently in, which is our big Cheetahlish fashion store, right here at the Circle in Old Town. I got that space February 23rd, 2020. And that was my dream, was to get down by the Circle where all the action was, right? Where all the food and, coffee shops and marketplace and all that were. So that store opened down there. We moved down to that location. And we've been in business. We just celebrated our 7th year.
Congratulations.
Saturday,
yes,
right?
congratulations.
So 4 years down the street, 3 years here, who knew already? 3 years down the street. And then we were blessed to get the space next door here where we could also expand and open up Cheetahlish Country. And so we had our grand opening of Cheetahlish Country on February 10th, which you were part of, which I appreciated.
Yes, it was fabulous.
Yes, and I've known Szu-Moy for quite a while now, and we're soul sisters from back when we first met at a women's networking.
Yeah, it was right up the street.
Empowering
also.
women networking. Yes,
right up the street again.
So that's how we met. So I feel very fortunate to have her in my life as well.
Very blessed.
So that's the story of Cheetahlish. That's how it all came to be.
It's outstanding. And so tell our folks that are listening and watching, what kind of things do you have in the Cheetahlish store? She's wearing a whole bunch of it right now.
Everything I have on today is from Cheetahlish.
You have other things too. So
I
do. A roundabout. It's very well rounded.
I say we are, fierce Cheetahlish fashion destination where we have animal prints and we don't discriminate with our animals. We have leopard, cheetah, jaguar, puma, sometimes python, sometimes a little zebra runs through. We've got zebra, we get different animal prints, we mix them together. And we also sell always solid, bright colors that will go with your leopard. We have, always bright new seasonal merchandise, whether it be spring, summer, fall. We carry that to layer your animal print and give it a pop of color. Still my custom-made jewelry. We also carry fashion jewelry.
As you can see here.
Yes, bling, fashion
bling.
jewelry, necklaces, chokers. We always carry little tees and tanks to go under all of our animal prints, as well as denim. We carry booty lift jeans. We carry Miss Me denim Western jeans. We carry, if it's Fiesta, we're going to have floral Fiesta clothing. We're going to have Fiesta jewelry, hats that you can wear to Fiesta, Western hats for Western rodeo time. We carry always Aztec and Southwestern flair merchandise as well. So whatever is a trend for the season, we're going to have it at Cheetahlish also, because we want it to be your fashion destination where you can get whatever you need. And we carry size small through extra large and 1X to 3X as well. So we have something for everyone, as well as a lot of one size clothing. We also carry gifts, glasses, margarita, wine mixes, little trinkets and giftware and things as such, makeup bags and things like that, that you can come and pick up a gift if you have a birthday, anniversary. Of course, we have gift certificates and all of those things as well here at Cheetahlish.
Yeah, very, what I would describe it as very boho, eclectic animal prints, but just very unique fashion. And if you want a flair for something different and unique, she'll dress you for sure.
Yes, we do. I'm blessed to have a great representation of stylists that have been trained by me, that work for me at Cheetahlish, and we carry things for all ages. We cross over for different body types as well, and we love making women feel fabulous in their bodies and in the clothing that they have, their need, whether they're going to a birthday party, anniversary, or special event, and they really aren't sure, what should I be putting on? I don't know. I'm in between sizes. I don't know what looks good on me. So we will take them, we will style them from head to toe, we will get them in what they feel fabulous in. If they don't feel good about it, we're like, well, then don't get it. We want you to walk out of here knowing, I have an outfit I feel proud to wear. I've got accessories to go with it. I've got a new pair of earrings, a bracelet, whatever, to complete my look. Now, sometimes you may already have something that you're just trying to complement. We can do that as well. But our thing is, I want people to feel empowered by what they're wearing and feel fabulous to go out into the world and whatever event they have going on. Not go buy a top that they weren't sure how it's even going to look on them. Stick it in the closet with the tag on it, and then go home and say, I have nothing to wear.
And then never wear it.
They never wear it because it doesn't go with what they have already in their closet. It doesn't have an outfit. It has no meaning. It doesn't have a place in their day-to-day wardrobe. The other thing that we're very proud to do is we always focus on, how does this fabric feel? Soft fabrics, touchable, that fit into your active daily life. Something that you don't get these days, folks, on the internet. I will tell you, I know people want to shop online, but you can't see it, feel it, or touch it. And there is such a thing as item substitution. And even though one piece may be shown to you in an animal print, what you receive is a downgraded version of that fabric. It feels like cardboard. It doesn't fit you properly. It's not sewn well. And the quality is not the same. So we really recommend you coming out and touching and feeling and trying on clothes. That way you don't have to go wait in line and return it either and ship it back to wherever you purchased it online. And we really love our community for supporting and shopping local. If we don't shop local, folks, and I shop local myself with other things, restaurants, if I need to go get something, I'll try to get it from my community first. Because if we don't, soon your only option will be online. We need to support our local boutiques, our local wineries, our local restaurants, our local garden stores, so that we can continue to have stores. Absolutely. So we appreciate everybody that always comes out and embraces us here at Cheetahlish. We have a fierce tribe of customers, loyal followers. We call them our tribe. You can sign up to be part of our tribe when you come into our store, where you get an occasional text message. We have sip and shop events. with wine, mimosas, margaritas. You'll get a little text once a month that says, hey, we're having a sip and shop event for our fierce, loyal tribe to come out. And we do specials during that event. We do door prizes, and we have a lot of fun with women. It's a lot of fun. So that's basically, you know, what we do here at Cheetahlish. I don't know, did I answer all your questions?
Yes, you did. Okay. You did. But one more question for you is, you know, you had said something during the opening about how later in life you've established this great presence here in Helotes, which it is. It's quite a big presence here. This place it went through the whole COVID run, 2 years that we went through COVID where everything was shut down. She was still offering things, and she was basically like really just alive and up and running. And so I would just want to, you know, go over, you know, that little empowerment that you had and sentiment that you sent out to everybody, saying that it's not too late to follow your dreams.
Exactly.
So talk to us about that.
I try to tell people, you know, I know a lot of people start out and they think, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then we get busy in life. You know, women, we also end up with our families. You know, I have a 21-year-old son myself. I've been married for 32 years. We go through different seasons in our lives. And always since 1994, I had it in the back of my head that I was going to open a store. Well, you know, I had to support and help support with my family. You know, we relocated for our jobs. You know, you build a home, you have life that comes into play, and all these different things happen, family things happen, and you think, I'm never going to get to do that dream. I like to tell people it's never too late to start your dream. Dream big and find a way to accomplish the dream. And sometimes it takes a lot of work and sometimes chance, sometimes luck, but perseverance, basically, with your dream. Because I did not start my dream with Cheetahlish until I was 58 years old. So it's never too late to start your dream. And you can accomplish big things if you have big dreams. That's what I try to tell people all the time. Yes, all of my experience in retail helped me, but I always had this burning desire to open my own business and do things the way I saw them, the vision that I had. I wanted the animal prints. I wanted to have a fierce environment. I wanted to be eclectic, funky, bohemian. It could welcome all types of people into the store and have a little walk on the wild side of fashion in a fun, creative way. And that's what I finally accomplished. And even that dream, which I started, 7 years ago, has just come into the full circle with now I have the big store that I really dreamed of. When I used to sit there and make sketches, I'm going to have a store. I'm going to have these little nesting tables. I'm going to have jewelry on them. I'm going to have an eclectic mix of clothing. I'm going to have, kimonos and vests and things and lots of little trinkets around. And I draw pictures in this book I had. And my husband would be like, okay, one day we can do that. And then we built the little store. It wasn't all of those bells and whistles in the beginning. But then when I finally got down here and I was like, and I'm going to have 4 fitting rooms and they're going to each be an animal. One's going to be cheetah, leopard, jaguar, serval. I'm going to have them be themed oriented for a cute, fun statement. And I had it drawn all out in a book, in a notebook.
And here she is.
And now
here you are today.
If you come to the big Cheetahlish store, which is right next door now, you will see all those different fitting rooms. It looks African inside. It looks tribal. It looks fierce. We do play tribal, spiritual music in the store as well, without words, so that we can talk and hear what our customers are telling us their needs are. Sometimes
it is just clearly it's a fun, and I've shopped plenty of times in her store. I probably spend way too much money in there, but it is, I can truly say, a fun experience. It's not just I'm going to go shop and go get whatever. It is a fun experience engaging with you and your team. So
right, and my team is amazing.
They are.
I have some amazing girls I'm blessed with that have some been with me since almost the beginning. And a lot of my team were customers. And they were like, oh, I'm a vice principal. I've worked years as full-time at a big, Valero or somewhere, USAA, a big company. And now they're retired. And they also started thinking, what can I do in my spare time to have a little more joy and a little more fun? And I love fashion. And they were my customers. And I started saying, hey, why don't you come experience a 4-hour shift when we're having our sip and shop event, where it's the best of our customers are coming in. They're fabulous women. A lot of them have high jobs. They're executives, or they are stay-at-home moms. and they're looking for a little an outlet to get out for the night or for a few hours. And so they started working with me on events, and now they work for me. They actually are employees, and they love it. And I'm blessed that they also truly want to make customers happy. Mm-hmm. We like to see them walk out so excited. And the biggest compliment of all is when our loyal customers bring their family or their friends, or they refer us to their customers and their friends and say, hey, if you haven't been to Cheetahlish, you need to come out and see Cheetahlish and see what we have to offer. And now that we have the Cheetahlish Country Store, which we're standing in right now, mm-hmm. And it actually opened February 10th, we have bridged the two stores because they are two locations. And you can't walk from one store through into the other store. You have to go out a door.
Separate stores with two separate doors. Feels and definitely, and we'll walk around and show you guys that here just in a little bit.
And between the two stores now, we do have a selfie wall, which is real fun. Mm-hmm. So you can come out, you can see Cheetahlish destination, you can get the full experience with your friends, get a really beautiful picture out front in a little jungle selfie section, and visit both locations. Mm-hmm. And then, if you're interested, sign up to be part of our fashion tribe and join us with our special events.
Awesome. And we'll get all of that information to you guys on the feed after this is finished. But thank you so much, Debbie.
Oh, absolutely.
I appreciate you coming out and chatting with me. This is amazing. So what I like to do with all of my guests before you leave is do a just for fun speed round of questions. You ready?
All right. I don't know. Am I ready?
She's ready.
Wait.
She's ready. Well, that's the first question. That's the first question. Okay. Mimosas or margaritas?
Margaritas for me.
Okay. How about your favorite stone to work with?
My favorite stone is labradorite, which I'm not wearing today. My second favorite is turquoise.
Okay. So labradorite for what reason?
Believe it or not, the metaphysical properties in labradorite, it's imagination, creativity, and I didn't know this, but I'm drawn to that stone, which is why I personally made about 4 pieces of jewelry for myself with that stone in it. And I have big plates of that stone on display in my home. Mm-hmm. I'm drawn to that stone. And then I started looking at the metaphysical properties and realized it's the stone that I'm attracted to. So
there you go. Okay, so your favorite piece in the store right now
is the Queen Kimono.
Ooh, the Queen Kimono. We'll have to check that out. And my last question, brown, beige, black, or white cowboy hat?
If I could only have one cowboy hat.
If you can only have one.
If I could only have one, I would probably get brown. Because it goes so well with animal print. I mean, what can I say?
Mine's black. I love my black one.
And you have dark hair.
But I did get a brown one. Mm-hmm. And I've had a white one, but I do like black the best. Yeah. But okay. Thank you so much, Debbie. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.